Hey guys, so it's time with Celline over here, and today I'm just going to talk with you. I've had several DMs asking me, Celline, do you think the UK is still a good place to come to? You've been speaking about Scotland, about looking at the things that are happening in the UK. Do you think it's actually worth it coming to the UK this particular time? Okay, and that's what I'll be talking to you about. I'm very sincere when it comes to, the UK and all that. Why? Because I don't want to give you informations that are not like, you know what I'm saying. So I always try my best to give you sincere information. And this is what I'm gonna say. You're most welcome back to this channel. My name is Celline, and over here I do give you relocation information as to how to go about them and so on. If you're new on this channel, my name is Celline and you're most welcome. Consider subscribing. So basically today's video is about enlightening you about the situation in the UK, if it's still worth it, coming to the UK and all that. And my first answer will be yes. It's not that bad, okay? Things are happening from the previous prime minister, changing prime ministers and then voting for another prime minister. There's so many things that are being changed. There's so many things that are being changed for foreigners to get into the country. Things are a bit tough. They're getting things tougher now. Okay, the UK is not like the UK you used to know anymore, because there's so many changes, so many things, especially that is actually affecting immigration to the country. Okay, so I say that, and as much as all these things are changing, okay, it's still okay to come to, it's still okay to be in the country, specifically in Scotland, because I always say Scotland is part of the UK, yes, but when it comes to certain things, Scotland becomes like, it's a bit different, you know what I'm saying? Even though they do follow whatever that the Prime Minister decides in England, but there are certain minor things that it's not like any recruitment overseas in the NHS, like in Scotland. Lanarkshire, I recently posted a video about Lanarkshire, all right, recruiting overseas applicants. Okay, so even though things are happening in the UK, because UK is such a country that if you're in here and you want to succeed, you can succeed. If you're in here and you want to develop yourself career-wise, you can do that. If you're here and you want to grow, you can grow. It all depends on you and where you find yourself. That is the secret about living in the UK. If you're in the UK and you are unable to identify the right place to live, you suffer. You will suffer. It's gonna be hard for you, okay? But trust me, if you find a good place, if you find the right place for you and the right job, you are able to make a successful life, okay? So in as much as things are changing, in as much as there are so many immigration rules, there are so many things cutting down immigration in the UK and all that, if you still get the opportunity to move to the UK, do so, because you can still progress, you can still make it, guys. You can still make it. Some of the major reasons why the UK is still a good place is the job market. The UK offers a strong job market in sectors like finance, technology, healthcare, and education, particularly in cities like London, Manchester, Edinburgh, which is in Scotland. Okay, so in the UK, it's actually good and easy for you to find certain job. The cost of living in certain areas like London is very expensive, and that's why I keep saying Scotland is one of the places you can live, because it's like 20% lower compared to London and other places. The immigration policies, guys, it has been changing on and off, but if you're a skilled worker, if you are coming to study and other things, it's kind of easy for you to come into the country. So that is one side of it. As healthcare workers, you have there are greater opportunities for healthcare workers, because every now and then the NHS is looking for people to work. There are other healthcare sectors that are looking for people to work and so on. When it comes to education, UK is considered one of the strongest, okay, and it actually have quality a very good educational system. The quality of life over here, it says it offers you a rich cultural life with access to museum, theaters, and all these are in Scotland. Transportation is very good in the UK, no matter where you live. So it's still a good place, guys. Me, I would say that Scotland is one of the places that you can actually choose every day. In Scotland, it's a bit flexible to get a job. In Scotland, there are certain jobs that are paying better. In Scotland, accommodation is way cheaper or affordable. Let me put it that way. It's better. It's more affordable. And in Scotland, you know, things are a bit flexible. The people alone makes living here nice, because even though, you know, the routes and all that in England and everything, we just heard it. In Scotland, we heard it. You know, there wasn't anything like, because it was happening in Northern Ireland, England, and so on. But in Scotland, it was very calm. You know, the people here, they are considerate. Let me put it that way. Even though there's racism, come on, you don't feel it here in Scotland. I can beat my chest to say this again. You will not feel racism in Scotland, even though it's part of the UK, even though they are whatever for you, and you have peace of mind. And when you have peace of mind, that means you can concentrate on your job, you can actually concentrate on your kids, your family, and you can actually live good. That's the most important thing. There's nothing like riot in this place. No. We're too busy. Scottish are too busy to you know. So yes, the UK is still a good place. It's still a good place to move to. If you have the chance, don't hesitate, because apart from whatever that is happening, we're still using the pounds, you know, and pounds is one of the biggest currency. Guys, it's still big. Yeah, it's still big, and the currency is still strong. It's still good. Okay, so using the pounds alone is an advantage if you're a foreigner. Okay, and apart from that, there's so many benefits, guys. There's so many benefits living in the UK. So don't let whatever that is happening, the politics and other things, scare you from the country. The country is still good to be. It's still very good to be. I would never discourage you not to come to the UK. If you get the chance, don't play with it. Come over, okay? Because I've shared several ways. I've given you how to move to the UK, like specifically in Scotland, to study and so on, to work and so on, to the NHS and healthcare jobs and other things. So you can go through you can go through these videos and you have access to them to apply. Okay, but other than that, the UK is still a good place to be. Scotland is a good place to be because there's so many benefits in Scotland. Do you know what it is having to live here? If you live here for 3 years and not paying anything if you're going to the university, guys, do you know the relief it takes from parent? That alone is a good thing, guys. So, and as much as things are happening and all that, I say if you have the chance, come to the UK, because it's still a good place to be. I love Scotland, and that's why I keep talking about it. So the UK has 4 places, okay, 4 areas. So you could also go through Northern Ireland, Wales, England is, for me, it's a no-no, and Scotland. Okay, so you can go through these areas to see. Probably you might like other areas more than the Scotland, but for me, Scotland is amazing. So guys, I was just enlightening you because of these questions you've been asking. Guys, there are a lot to talk about, but I was just giving you the gist about the UK. Yes, things are happening. A Prime Minister is actually trying to set they are renewing immigration rules and all that. There are new things every day in the UK. There are new things, yeah, no doubt. There are new things in the UK every day here. And I believe these little things that I've said could probably help you make a decision one way or the other. And so, till we meet again in our next video, you take care. And if you have any question, leave it in the comment section. You live a long way, belong, do not wrong. It was your time with something.